All right, welcome to The Explainer. So today we're going to tackle a word that, believe it or not, causes a ton of confusion, bike. Now, depending on who you're talking to, it can mean two totally different things, and we're about to find out why.
You know, imagine this. A friend turns to you on a beautiful sunny day and says those 5 simple words. Let's go for a ride.
So what just popped into your head? Was it, a chill pedal through the park? Or was it a powerful engine roaring down the highway? Well, that picture, it all depends on this kind of hidden set of rules that native speakers use without even thinking twice.
Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on those hidden rules. We're going to break down the specific language for both so you know exactly what's being said, and you can jump right into the conversation with total confidence.
And we're going to do this by breaking it down into 10 different levels, starting with the super casual slang you'd use with friends and working our way all the way up to some really formal language.
Okay, let's dive right in with the slang zone. This is the stuff you'd say to your best friends. The real casual, everyday shortcuts.
So right at the bottom, level 1, the slang, it's all about the action. For a bicycle, it's about what your body is doing. Want to pedal? But for a motorcycle, it's all about that raw power and speed. Want to rip? See the difference?
Okay, moving on up. You can still feel that difference in energy here. A spin on a bicycle feels pretty chill, right? Light, easy breezy, but a blast on a motorcycle? Whoa, that's a whole different energy. It's fast, it's loud, it's a burst of power.
Okay, and this is super important. If you hear someone ask, bike ride, 9 times out of 10 they mean a bicycle. But in the motorcycle world, just the word ride, that's it. It's the default. Everyone just knows you're talking about a motorcycle.
All right, so let's climb out of the slang zone and get into the kind of language you'll probably hear most of the time in just regular daily conversations.
And right away, we see a really key difference. Cycling is a word that's pretty much reserved just for bicycles. Meanwhile, for motorcycles, it's that classic phrase again. Let's go for a ride. That's the go-to.
I love this one because it totally shows how the words we use paint a picture of where we're going. Bicycles are often about nature paths, right? So you hit the trails. Motorcycles, they belong on the asphalt, so you hit the road.
Now, as things get a bit more polite, you can really see those default verbs locking in. Biking almost always points to bicycles, while riding is the standard for motorcycles. This is a huge one to remember.
Okay, let's head up to the top floors now, the formal zone. This is the kind of thing you might see in a written invitation or hear in a very, very polite conversation.
Yeah, the words get a little fancier here, right? A simple bike ride becomes an excursion, while a motorcycle trip is an outing. And notice, they use the full words, bicycle and motorcycle, just to be crystal clear, no room for error.
Whew, okay, that was a lot of levels. So let's boil it all down to 3 simple, what I call unbreakable rules that you really can't forget. Get these 3 in your head and you are golden. First, the verb to cycle is only for bicycles, period. Second, the verb to ride usually defaults to motorcycles or horses, funnily enough. And third, if you're in the UK or Australia, they make it super easy by saying push bike for a bicycle and motorbike for a motorcycle.
And this right here, this is probably the biggest takeaway of all. You just can't cycle a motorcycle. And why is that? Well, think about it. Cycling means you are providing the power with pedals. A motorcycle has an engine. So saying you're gonna cycle your Harley just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so theory is one thing. Let's actually hear what this sounds like in a couple of quick, everyday chats.
See? You can just feel how light and breezy that is. Spin, pedal, the words themselves sound relaxed and capture that easygoing feeling of a bike ride. And then, bam, total shift in energy. The words are edgier, more powerful, crazy exhaust, rip, hit the road. It's a completely different vibe, all because it's a different machine. So look, if your brain is full and you can only remember one thing from all of this, what should it be? What's the simplest way to always get it right?
This is it right here. This is your secret weapon. When you're talking about a bicycle, say go biking. When you're talking about a motorcycle, say go riding. It's super simple, it's clear, and honestly, it'll get you through 99% of conversations perfectly.
So, there you have it. You know the code. Now you've got the vocabulary to talk about both of these amazing machines with confidence. The only question is, which one are you in the mood for?